Hello, this is Dr. Olson at Lakewood Animal Hospital. I am sitting down to do a long overdue blog, and this time I decided to do something about how to feed pets. We get a lot of questions here about how to feed pets, what's the right diet on the market, I home cook, is that okay, how about raw food? There's all kinds of questions that people ask, and feeding an appropriate food for your individual pet is one of the best things that you can do to keep them healthy. So we're going to do kind of a 4-part series, and I make no promises and when those different parts will be done, but the first one I did is the hype about raw food diets, and we're going to put the kind of full article on our website, so you can check that out if you're interested. But basically there's a lot of hype in the media and things like that. There's some new foods out on the market, new businesses popping up that offer raw food diets, and a lot of our clients and pet owners in general feel that that's getting back to nature, and it's a positive move, which is understandable. The problem is with raw food diets is two things. First, a contamination issue, and second is more of an issue of nutritional adequacy for the diets that are prepared. As far as the contamination issue, that's one of the main reasons why I really can't get on board with raw food diets. When you look at the statistics out there for human grade meat, chicken, beef, etc., eggs, all of it, there's a good percentage of these that are contaminated with either Salmonella, Campylobacter, E. coli. It kind of depends on which food you're talking about, but and that's human grade food. So then when you kind of go into the dog food market, even if you're using human grade food, which sometimes they are not, you're dealing with automatic contamination issues. And my issue is, kids, elderly people that are immunosuppressed, frankly even healthy people, are at risk for getting some of these diseases, Campylobacter, Salmonella, etc., from their dogs if they're feeding raw food diets. So some of the dogs get sick, some of the people in the homes get sick. And you have to think about, the dog goes to the bowl, they're slopping around how dogs do, and they're getting that contamination on their mouth, and they're going to their water bowl, then they're dripping it through the home, and then you have the contamination around that area, around the food prep area, so you've got that contamination. And then they do studies where they can prove that dogs fed these diets are statistically more likely to shed Campylobacter, Salmonella, etc. in their feces. So now you're contaminating your yard. There is an argument there that some normal dogs carry some of those things in their small intestinal tract, and that is definitely true. But why increase that percentage? Why increase that risk to the dog from getting sick from it, or to the other pets and humans in the home? For me, it's a no-brainer. The CDC recommends against feeding it, and so do I. The other issue is the nutritional adequacy. And there's been some studies, and some of the specifics are in my article. And frankly, I didn't cite the studies and so forth. There's lots of information that you can get from veterinarypartner.com or the CDC. But the long and the short of it is that that a lot of these diets, when they test them, they are deficient in the vitamins, minerals, calcium, phosphorus ratio, and these guys can have very serious health problems because of a diet that is not nutritionally adequate. I feel like there's a lot of popular media stuff about dog food because of all the recalls and stuff like that, but the long and the short of that is Purina, Hill's Science Diet, Royal Canin, some of those big companies, they're not perfect, nobody is, but they put millions, sometimes billions, into research and development of foods that are nutritionally appropriate and safe for all life stages, from puppies through geriatric. And I think there's some real value to that. A lot of the smaller companies sort of tag onto their research, but they're the ones doing the research, and so they're putting out diets that are proven to support these guys during their different life stages. So basically, I don't feel I can get behind a food that, first of all, the CDC flat out says don't feed, and secondly, may not be nutritionally appropriate. So I would encourage you, if you are interested or have been feeding raw food diets, to check out the CDC website, check out veterinarypartner.com, which is a wonderful website with all kinds of great information put together by veterinarians. They've either written in the article or in some cases they may not have written it, but it's been approved by a veterinarian. So you're not getting like my mother's brother's sister's wife said kind of information, which is kind of rampant on the internet. If you have any questions, give us a call here at the hospital. We'd be happy to sit down and talk with you. Our main goal is healthy pets, so anything we can do to help you accomplish that in your home, we would love to do. The number here is 972-2203, and we'll see you around.